Tank Davis is the kind of boxer who commands attention whenever he steps into the ring. With a perfect 30-0 record and 28 knockouts, his presence alone sends a chill down the spine of any opponent. His reputation precedes him, and many in the boxing world have learned not to underestimate him. Tank is known for his explosive power, relentless style, and the ability to break down his opponents mentally before the fight even begins. Every time he enters the ring, he's not just fighting to win, he's fighting to prove why he's the king of the lightweight division. Tank has never been the kind of fighter to settle for just going the distance. He's always hunting for a knockout. Whether the fight lasts 12 rounds or just one, Tank's approach is the same: finish the fight as soon as possible. He's a man on a mission, and his opponents know it. Tank himself has said, "I'm always looking for a knockout. I'm always prepared for 12 rounds, but I'm always looking for a knockout. And if I get the chance, I'm going to try to knock his head off." When Tank fights, it's not just about winning, it's about asserting his dominance and making a statement. But now, here comes Lamont Roach, a boxer who seems unfazed by the magnitude of the task before him. Roach isn't intimidated by Tank's record, and he firmly believes that he's the one destined to dethrone the Baltimore powerhouse. Roach is looking to put an end to Tank's reign in the lightweight division, and he's ready to make history in doing so. Despite Tank's immense popularity, many believe that Roach has what it takes to pull off the impossible. "I think he took this fight for the name, for the clout," Roach said, adding that he's ready to prove to the world that he's not just another stepping stone in Tank's career. Roach's belief in his ability to take down Tank isn't just about confidence, it's about legacy. He's the reigning WBA super featherweight champion, a title he earned in a hard-fought split decision victory over Hector Luis Garcia in November 2023. However, Roach is stepping up in weight for this fight, keeping his super featherweight title while taking a shot at Tank's lightweight crown. If he wins, he'll join the exclusive club of two-weight world champions. Roach has the skills, the heart, and the confidence to back it all up. But is it enough to take down a fighter as dominant as Tank Davis? For many fans and experts, the answer is no. Tank's reputation as one of boxing's most dangerous fighters precedes him. He doesn't just win fights, he destroys his opponents mentally and physically. His knockout power is legendary, and his last fight, an 8th-round knockout of Frank Martin, was a masterclass in destruction. Every punch Tank landed seemed to shake the ring, and when Martin finally went down, it was clear who the superior fighter was. Despite his opponent's best efforts, Tank has always found a way to impose his will. He pressures his opponents, cuts off the ring, and forces them into uncomfortable positions. Once Tank has them where he wants them, it's lights out. The difference between Tank and most other fighters is that Tank doesn't just fight to win, he fights to send a message. He's a fighter who is always looking for a way to break his opponents mentally and physically long before the opening bell rings. However, despite the doubts surrounding his ability to win, Lamont Roach remains confident. He's not backing down from this challenge. In fact, he's stepping into this fight with his head held high, believing he has what it takes to shock the world. It's this kind of confidence that makes boxing so exciting. Everyone loves an underdog story. But Roach is more than just an underdog. He's a fighter who believes that he can take down the king of the lightweight division and carve his own path to greatness. Roach's fans are fully behind him, with many backing him to pull off what would be one of the biggest upsets in recent boxing history. But the general consensus remains clear: Tank is the favorite, and it's not even close. Most experts agree that Tank is just too much for Roach, given his knockout power and experience in the ring. But there's still hope for Roach, with some analysts drawing comparisons to the legendary Buster Douglas and Mike Tyson upset in 1990. Back then, Tyson was seen as unbeatable, just like Tank is today. But Douglas shocked the world with a 10th-round knockout, proving that anything is possible in boxing. Lamont Roach's chances of defeating Tank aren't just about skill and confidence, they're about the mental game. Tank Davis is a master of psychological warfare. He stays locked in, always posting videos of his training sessions on social media, showing fans and opponents alike that he's always prepared. In one video, Tank was seen shadow boxing with speed and precision, looking more dangerous than ever. Fans quickly took notice, commenting on how different Tank looked, with some saying that Roach was in trouble. Tank's physique and conditioning were a clear message to Roach that he is not to be underestimated. Despite all this, Roach remains determined. He knows that the fight will be a difficult one, but he also knows that he's capable of pulling off the impossible. He's faced challenges before, and he's proven time and time again that he can rise to the occasion. But fighting Tank will be a different kind of challenge, one that will require Roach to be at his absolute best. To win, Roach will need to execute a near-perfect game plan and stay one step ahead of Tank at all times. For Roach, it's not just about taking the punches, he has to land them too. Tank's knockout power is a serious threat, and Roach will need to be extra cautious to avoid being caught off guard. De La Hoya, a boxing legend, has offered some advice to Roach, urging him to stay calm, not to fight scared, and to enjoy the moment. Roach needs to keep Tank guessing and avoid falling into Tank's traps. Tank is known for his ability to set up his opponents, luring them into making mistakes before delivering the knockout blow. Roach must stay disciplined, focus on his game plan, and make sure he never gives Tank an opening. But Tank isn't just a knockout artist. He's a fighter who can adapt in the ring. His ability to switch styles and read his opponents is what makes him such a dangerous force. Roach will need to be unpredictable, mixing up his punches to keep Tank off balance. According to De La Hoya, Roach should throw combinations with less force and from time to time deliver full-force punches that could surprise Tank. If Roach can land unexpected shots while Tank is in the middle of his attack, it could throw Tank off his rhythm and give Roach the advantage. Roach has faced powerful opponents in the past, but none have hit as hard as Tank. In his victory over Hector Garcia, Roach showed his ability to handle pressure, but Garcia doesn't possess the kind of knockout power that Tank does. If Roach is to stand a chance, he'll need to stay focused, avoid Tank's deadly punches, and capitalize on any mistakes Tank makes. As the fight approaches, the excitement continues to build. Tank Davis is undoubtedly the favorite, but Lamont Roach has a chance to prove the doubters wrong. Whether or not he can pull off the upset remains to be seen, but one thing is clear, Roach is in it to win it. And if he does manage to dethrone Tank, it will be one of the most stunning upsets in recent boxing history. For Tank, the fight is an opportunity to prove once again why he's at the top of the food chain. It's a chance to send a message to the rest of the division that he's not going anywhere. Fans are eager to see Tank do what he does best, dominate in the ring and leave his opponents wondering what hit them. However, the fight isn't just about Tank's legacy, it's about Lamont Roach's. If Roach can defy the odds and pull off the win, he'll not only become a two-weight world champion, but also etch his name in boxing history. It's a monumental opportunity, and both fighters are aware of the stakes. As the fight draws nearer, the anticipation continues to grow. Tank Davis and Lamont Roach will face off on March 1st at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. Fans are eager to see what happens when these two fighters finally meet in the ring. For Tank, it's just another opportunity to cement his status as one of the best in the world. For Roach, it's a chance to shock the world and prove that anything can happen in the sweet science of boxing.